Awesome. Shout out to everybody reading today and also to Malvern for hosting us. Like Joe, when I was first invited to do this, I was kind of leery if I was inspirational enough for this, so I kind of feel like I might be a little bit of a wet blanket, which is why I wore fancy shoes and compensation. Ruby boots. Yeah, so I'm going to read 3 poems that I wrote since the election, and they all relate to our current political climate in one way or another. The first one begins with a question around Christmas that my son asked, very importantly, first thing in the morning. So it is what kind of animal the Joker is and whether he also smells. What kind of animal the Joker is and whether he also smells. What kind of lights loop the houses of the lost or serious, that we might pour our voice luminous and unrequested over them in the cold, because space can be external to home and shared, like a temporary tent made of sound and mortality. What kind of red crushes the sumac open from inside as the sun fades? No, sun sings a green against its crimson stitching. The boy said is a residue of sugar in the leaf, paints to the dark, who painted the bats with nail polish in the violet air, where I was stung on the thumb by a bee and it never healed, that my hands were reverse flowers and blooming the air from soil to articulate something human, which means large enough for the biggest depths to enter. How I hold my hands up like holiday lights or a sonnet to stall oil in its damage. Extinction exits like a net. Liquid, golden, fossil, deep in the quiet earth, like we might erase everything for it to suck. And the note I found, put more goats into poems, like a wish for healing, to run a small farm against oblivion. That my hands were inverse flowers, and put the peelings of root crops on our eyes to dream. You who said the flower was a wound, the feeling was a shadow of acts as they are, met by a personal history, like the rose's crushed entrance as it takes off its jacket over and over where the tongue touches the pipeline through the river's gum. Mammal flower, twinned warmth, that we could make a hero of it. How the article said pigeons must resist misguided leaders who falter in the front, that they must break like a wound in air, cut the deep stitching like a rose, and whether it hurts to unfurl. Tiny residue of sugar that sings, so that the route made sense, but the Joker wasn't an animal. The second one is about how a lot of pictures are taken by drones lately, and also how a friend of mine reminded me that even like shots of food that are Instagrammed for the past couple of years have been like taken with overhead shots. So it's kind of an attempt to look from other angles. Year of the best photographs taken by drones, and the earth's emerald shell, such day pours through in the crushed wheat. First the structure dissolved like a star, and the vertical became whatever could shout the loudest, with the least words. Terror of the year, as if one said, there can be only one way of beauty, when the plurality of such circled us with its supra-organic cluster. This atmosphere held by the magnet the earth is, when you look away, or seen from farther, replicates the pearl thought architects by expanding. Every word redacted from this sentence makes the message louder, but lonely. You who said mud was infinite, God's best filter. She wasn't timing herself, as if femininity was an increase in the experience of brevity, of cut time, and its finite shape we hold to our faces. Corner of life seen at eye level, like I am mine, and though comprised of the composite shot, I rub it all over my mouth. From above, the rivers look like silver bleeding to stitch a vase. Below, everything is flammable. Is how I came to distrust brevity and wanted to lift each line as I said it and hold it under your ocean of sound until the cleaner lines were stripped like a hallucinogen from the text and taken to be buried in the seed beds of a new alluvial future these bees inhale, that we respirate like insects and tunnel, which you said at dirt level, so I believed it.
Mm.
This is one that's really new, and I just wrote it yesterday after working in the public gardens at my son's elementary school, Blackshear Elementary, with students from the Houston Tillotson program. And I was so I'm always impressed by college students, and so I feel like especially in these kind of situations, really, I have to admit, I draw so much strength from younger people. So this is a kind of choppy homage to that. Where is this place called Lonely Street? Pattern of wires we are in time lapse that links the edges of continents into water, red thread, such as I. You can't tell the difference in distance, but in video, black is the new heartbreak, and this way it resembles the previous heartbreak and fuck, a sweetness in the particulars of public gardens. Despite the inauguration of our erasure, she said, anger gives the illusion of empowerment. Stop. What's the cheap shot seen if sieved through thought? The skull makes a Shakespearean frame. How the girl who helped me pull weeds in the elementary garden said her foster parents fed her and her brother poison that they never could die. She hid stacks under her pillow to heal them. She planted a seed she found in an orange and asked me to water it by remembering it, to make this orange good again. Year of wanting things to become old. Year of a song you could sing at your little brother's birthday to grow 100 years. This year of cake on our lips. Year of asking to steal the money. Year of wishing to unzip the riches from corporate havens. Year we kept in our secret pocket, which is the public one, to nourish each other. Or how the chia seed is a kind of salvia I've only seen in its infant state. And apart from the terracotta novelty skull and its brief life of green, the man I asked from Peru said the flower is blue, like a sky you could fall from into the present, so you could know it. Like a sky reaching across the static of this moment into the introduction of natality. Does the line end or just create an injunction of internal possibility? I hid under the outside of the thoughts I am paid for by breaking to believe in a sharpness time provides outside the portrait. Like a cloud exponentially expands and seems to house the remainder left between our paycheck and best fashion choices and what you couldn't cover, and rises exponentially. You can count the space between fingers, the ones missing, and touch where such broken dreams and memories meet. All the orange we water back to green.